Hey, it's Amethyst Virgo. So, happy Leo season. I'm briefly going to talk through just some advice for each sign. Now, why does that matter? I know that the impulse for many people is to, to ignore a season or say, well, it's not my season, or I love Leos, I don't like Leos, whatever the case may be. People get excited about their season. However, if we truly want to grow and use energy effectively, we have to understand how a season may impact us. So instead of just going off instead of telling you what's going to happen to you, I want to talk through the energy of your sign and basically give you advice for how to handle Leo season. Now, people may say, like, well, what is this for? The sun, the moon, and rising. I tell people definitely always check your sun, moon, and rising. Unless it's a topic that is geared specifically to a certain area of life. So, example, if someone's talking through relationship or love, you should probably look at your Venus sign, situations that require us to talk about, your mind or communication, you would talk to Mercury. So, that's all a hard and fast rule. I always tell people check whatever's your dominant energy. Like you could say, if you have at any point in time during Leo season, if there are aspects between your planets, you're going to be impacted by it. Obviously, a personal planet can have more of that personal effect. The outer planets, it might just be more things you experience externally, but it is important to look. So, for example, I have Leo, Mercury Leo, and Mars in Leo, right? However, I also have Scorpio in my chart. So I have to, I can pay attention to how that Scorpio energy can interact with that Leo because these are square signs. So I'm going to go through each sign, advice for your sign during Leo season. Aries. I would say for Aries, allow yourself to fixate on something that you're passionate about. Remember, Leo is a fixed sign. Okay. Aries is always on the go. Aries is bold. Aries is confident. Aries is confident like Leo. But remember, Leo wants to stay in the realm of what it knows it's great at. And sometimes Leo thinks it's great at everything. But because that's one thing I can say about Leo, as a fire fixed sign, it does know how to center its world around what it likes and what it enjoys and what it's good at. And we know Aries cardinal energy is always on the go. Now, again, I'm not comparing the signs in a way to say which one is better or worse, but we are in Leo season. And since you are in Leo season, Aries, it is important, like make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. Find the joy in it, find the pride in it, find the happiness in it. Taurus. So this is a square to Leo, right? Taurus and Leo are square signs. You are about your comfort zone. You are about having your possessions. You are about being comfortable in life and having what you need, which is very important. But since this square can bring about some discomfort, you want to make sure that you are exploring new things that can offer more value to your life, right? Taurus tends to like, this is what I like. This is the quality that I like. This is what it is. But Leo, we know, can be very expressive. It can see something it likes and it can say, you know what, I'm gonna add this to my life. I'm gonna add this. I like this. This makes me feel good. This makes me feel happy. And Leo energy can be associated with expression. And so I would say for Taurus energy people, like identify, like, is this a good time to upgrade your environment? Is this a good time to upgrade something? You've been keeping the same thing for 15 years and it's not good anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Maybe you should upgrade, get something else because Leo energy can be associated with generosity and money and luxury, right? And also just like play out with different styles, different expressions, different things, understanding how those things can play out. Now, again, your Taurus energy people, you still want to make it effective for you, right? You still want to make sure that you're not just rushing to do something. I know you like to take your time. You're making decisions. You want to make sure it's quality. You don't want to end up in a situation where there's any type of debt happening. I understand that. But this is a time where it might even be an event that happens that kind of forces you out of that comfort zone where you have to say, you know what? I gotta buy a new one. Wow. And allowing yourself, even if it's not that, how do you still examine your life in a way to kind of embrace Leo season to upgrade some things? Gemini. So Gemini and Leo are sextile signs, 2 signs apart. What's helpful for both of them, these are great expressive signs. Okay. One thing I noticed a lot about Gemini energy, Geminis love tattoos. And I think Leo does too. They love like the accessory, the self-expression, right? And I would say here with Gemini, like this is a great opportunity to use your voice, use your ideas to create something. You usually say a lot and then you run off, right? Like Gemini, that air mutable energy. You can talk about almost anything, ideas, you have to exchange those ideas. But Leo is fixed energy. And so how to use that fixed energy season to really help you put effort into something creative, an endeavor, that's something that requires input, your input, right? Finding an audience for your ideas, right? Being entertaining, being expressive. If you're a person that's a Gemini and you've been thinking for a long time, like, oh, I want to start a podcast or something. Now, again, well, Gemini season is over, right? So some people would say, like, when a person's sign is in their sun, that is a great time to shine, right? During that your own season. But there's nothing wrong with using the other energy that is happening, other transits. And so with Leo being about shine and performance and entertainment, this could also be a great time to just find an audience for your ideas and just like fixate on something a little bit more. Cancer. Now, Cancer is one sign away from Leo, creating a semi-sextile. So it's like, it's almost like when something's right next to something, right? It's trying to figure each other out, right? It's even when we think of like, people who have, meet someone for the first time. You're like, okay, I'm trying to figure out like who you are, what you're about, right? So being in the vicinity of someone doesn't mean you know them well, right? So that's kind of like this energy of the next sign over placement. It's kind of semi-opposite, trying to figure it out. It's like, I know you're next to me, so like we blend in, right? Like Cancer and Leo season blends in July, right? But we have to figure something out, right? So it's obviously not at all the same as a sextile where there's more opportunity, there's more space to say, all right, let's see where we can both meet in the middle. But what I would say for the Cancer energy during the season is a lot of times Cancer energy gets joy from its immediate environments. It's family, who you feel is family, things that are comfortable, things that are very relaxing to you. You love that, right? Or being very domestic, doing something at home, creating something, right? For the home, right? For the household. But Leo is more expressive, dynamic energy outside of that venue. And so this is a time where, like, if you feel like you've been putting a lot of effort into the home or into something that you care for, you can, like, let's experience some new things. Let's, alleviate the duties that you have by going outside of that. Venture out. Because you do creative things a lot of times, Cancer, that you're responsible for. But Leo goes out there and says, let me enjoy. Let me be out here. Let me experience the fun, concerts, festivals, plays. Like, Leo is associated with all that performance stuff. So it's just helping Cancer kind of cultivate joy in a different way. So that's some advice for Cancer during this season, is how can you use the creative outlets of Leo to be creative in a different way, and to also take off the pressure you put on yourself to constantly care for and nurture and give emotions to something when there's other things you also can be happy doing. Leo season, it's Leo season. What I will tell Leo is it's embrace it. During your season, we are expecting humor, generosity, joy, performance, entertainment. You will show out. Leo shows out, okay? But don't worry about being too much. Just do what you need to do. This is your season. It is a great time to just, if you've been putting anything off, this is a great time to match the energy. It's yes, we can say, all Leos. Every single Leo in the world is not confident at every single moment in the entire day. So, we can't overgeneralize all signs like that. But if you have been sitting on an idea, sitting on something, afraid to do something, this is a great time to do it, because energetically you're going to be at your height. Okay. Virgo. So Virgo is a semi-sextile sign as well, right next to Leo, but it's, August comes in and then transitions into Virgo. What I would say to Virgo is, like, you know what you're doing, right? You're going to be working. Like, you're working on something right now, I bet you. Virgo, you have a little project, you have a task list, you have a bunch of things you have to get done. But what I want Virgo to do this season is find the joy in your work. Find it. Be proud of yourself and your accomplishments. Don't just do it just to do it and check off the list. Because sometimes you can evaluate, Virgo, are you actually finding joy in your life, right? You like doing certain things because you like being of service, but you also have to make sure you like what you're doing. Be proud of what you're doing. Celebrate what you're doing. Allow yourself to be celebrated, right? This obsession sometimes with just getting something done, it sometimes takes away from the happiness and the joy and just the amount of pride that you could be also allowing yourself to feel in terms of the work that you do. It is great for your self-development, great for your self-esteem to not just check something off and say I did it, but to accept the fact that you've done a job, you have a job well done. Libra. So Libra is another sign that is sextile to Leo. Lighthearted. They prefer, now Leo can be a little bit more in the drama. Leo's not afraid of that drama, right? Leo has that kind of sometimes that power need. But Leo and Libra both kind of enjoy or can have fun in that lighter side of things, right? They sometimes don't take things too seriously, both signs, right? And so I could say with that can be great for especially with Libras who are in a partnership or you have people that you like to be around. A lot of times people that you relate to. Conversation is really important to Libra, communication as an air sign, but also think of Leo here. It's also you can focus on the happiness. Focus on the happiness, the joy in your relationships. If you feel like you haven't been out in a while with your partner, you haven't been enjoying something, you haven't been traveling the way you do, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing, find more opportunities during the season to uplift those different things and give yourself the opportunity to not just always be in a situation where you feel like you have to just, be on the same page as someone mentally, because that over time can be a bit of a daunting challenge. But how do you also experience life in a way that promotes the happiness of you and the people around you? So it is a more lighthearted advice for Libra, because it's a sextile to your sign and it's just more of a joyous energy in the first place. So that's where you are with that. Scorpio. So this is a square sign. Okay. So since it's a square sign, the importance here is going to be around just how it's uncomfortable. A square is challenging, and so as Leo season approaches, what Scorpio sometimes sees is you might see everybody else kind of being joyous or finding or seeing the happiness in other people, that energy. And sometimes Scorpio looks and says, I wish I could do that, right? But I can't because I'm holding on to all these things. I'm holding on to all these feelings. But you don't always have to be the keeper of all those things, right? Open up. It's okay to open up. It's okay to open up. It's okay to, you have a lot of, sometimes Scorpio can be kind of, there's paranoia from the past, especially if you have been mistreated in some way. So you're kind of skeptical about certain things, but this season can help you find the passion and happiness behind the things you're protecting. You're protecting yourself so much, but people don't always know about you or know some things about you. Or you're protecting something you've been working on something in secret for 5 years. Is it time to bring it out now? Right? Do other energies in your chart line up? Maybe they do, where this is the time for you to showcase something. It's not that, during Leo season, where something can be seen. If it's a project that is creative, it is a project that needs an audience, that is going to be the best time to do it. Yes, it's a square, but squares sometimes push us out of that complacency that we're in. So that's just some advice for Scorpio. Now, Sagittarius, you are truth tellers, by nature. But with Leo season, it's about this opportunity for joy, generosity, happiness, fun, entertainment, pride, power, all those type of things. And so here I would say, it's not that you can't tell the truth during the season, but I think your message is going to be better received when you have an uplifting and positive message, aligned with the nature of Leo. You can still be the messenger, right? How do you use this time to really recollect, look at some of the things that you believe, and find things that are more uplifting in order for you to feel better about not just yourself, but in the way in which you're trying to go about helping people see the truth, right? So if the harsh method, Sag, tell it like it is, be blunt, tell them, how it's going to be, what it's not going to be. I'm not saying change personalities. This is general information. This is not a personal reading. But I would say with Sagittarius, it's okay to lessen up. You're usually thinking about theoretical things and philosophy and the morals and all these things. But also, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself when you're that type of Sagittarius person. It's merge with the Leo energy, merge with the positive messaging, merge with that. You're going to be more influential with people at this time when you do those things. Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn is an in conjunct to Leo. Quincunx, things that are in conjunct and quincunx are the same thing. Well, Capricorn and Leo, it's interesting because within a person, I actually think it tends to can work well, even though these are awkward, 5 signs apart, it's supposed to be awkward. Because Capricorn and Leo, like you have the diligence of Capricorn and the likability and the confidence and the motivating type of energy of Leo. So it can be good sometimes. But I was saying, like, yes, Capricorn, we know it. Your goal is working. You're getting things done, right? But you also sometimes have to take a look around and look at what it is that's happy and joyous about what you've been doing, right? Take a moment, be proud, celebrate yourself, celebrate others. Capricorn, you like to wait until the job is done. I get it. But sometimes you have to celebrate the efforts of people, celebrate their presence in your life, celebrate what they are doing for you. Capricorns deliver. Hey, I told you to do this, let's deliver, or this is our goal, let's deliver. But I think it's also a great time for you to also focus inward as well. And like, celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself, see how far you've come. You can be really hard on yourself. So just allowing yourself to kind of accept that it's okay to sometimes celebrate, even if something's not all the way complete. Aquarius. So for the Aquarius folks, this is an opposition to Leo, as you may know. And, for you, you have a, Aquarius is known for, being the contrarian, having the alternate point of view, that often makes other people think, seeing things in a way that is more abstract, allowing us to follow your logic so we can understand a different way to view things, thinking outside of the box energy. And because that's what you're often known for, that's what you feel the most comfortable being, especially if you're a sun in Aquarius. Those are the traits that you naturally embrace. However, you also like allow yourself to, and I would say this for Aquarius and Capricorn, where like allow yourself to be seen for you, not just what you do. Allow yourself to be praised. A lot of times Aquarius, you'll brush a compliment off. I know a lot of people say Aquarius has a God complex. Aquarius wants to feel like their opinions are king and queen, right? Aquarius wants you to be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. But Aquarius sometimes struggles to take personal compliments about who they are. And so with that, it's important for Aquarius to lean into those things, accept those responsibilities, accept those moments of praise, accept when people are noticing something about yourself, because that helps you see how you're showing up in the world. Okay. And so again, like being careful of, again, the sun is in Leo. That's the rulership. The sun is in detriment in Aquarius, which means sometimes the traits of who you are get lost in the ideologies and all the things that you think and your intellect. So it is important as well just to be noticed as a person. And so you have to learn sometimes to accept those things. Allow yourself to enter venues where you're being seen for your traits, not just what you think. And lastly, Pisces, this is another in conjunct quincunx sign to to Leo. And you have a similar creative energy. I think both of these signs can be creative. Leo is obviously more performative, more show, razzle dazzle, look at me. This is a time to have some pride though in your creations. Like it might feel uncomfortable. Again, it's awkward energy. It is a quincunx to Leo. And so during this time, it can sometimes feel like pressure. Like, feel like people are putting pressure on you. Oh, did you finish that yet? Show it. And you're like, no, I didn't. I'm not done. And Pisces, it's all about, you don't like being rushed. You don't like having to adhere to a certain time. I get it. But at the same time, there needs to be confidence in your work, because if you're too hard on yourself and you're burned, your opposite sign Virgo, where for you, it's like, it's not right yet. It's not the right time. I have to feel that it's right. And Virgo, it's like, I'm not done yet. I'm still making sure it's perfect. Like both of y'all have to kind of figure out a way to embrace and be prideful about what you created. With you, it's about show the world what you are, what you've been working on, what you've been doing. People need to hear from you, because you often don't follow the same norms and rules as everybody else. Now, Leo, we know, is the trendsetter. Leo is popular because of popularity and things associated with popular, the newest, the trends, the nicest, this and that. That's Leo. But you're Pisces, and you are operating in a different way, in which you are doing something that is more impossible, something no one's ever seen before. Something just unique, something that's rare, something that's intrinsic to you. And so sometimes we need to see that from you. We need to see another way to do things and be, even though everybody might not accept it, be honest. Let's be honest. Everyone's not going to accept it, especially during Leo season. You're going to find someone that does accept it. And I think Pisces helps us see what we can be, what is possible. Open up avenues for people to be like, oh, I don't have to be like everybody else. So again, it's a very kind of be uncomfortable season for you. I mean, you might have some Leo placements. If we're talking specifically about the sun, this could be, for you, it is like a little bit of a challenge, but it is possible for you to showcase who you are in a way that doesn't take away from your authenticity. You feel like, I don't want to be seen as too much. I'm not trying to do too much. I don't want to take over. That's not who you are. It's not going to come off that way. And so that's just a little pep talk to you if that relates to you. So that is it for the advice for the signs. Please drop any thoughts, any experiences you had during Leo season. If you are a Leo, what placements you have in Leo, you're looking forward to anything during Leo season. Thanks for watching.